again. So if you were at our section the last month, can I see your emojis? Let me know those that were with me last month and those that are with me for today. So okay, I can see that. Mohammed, it's good to have you here. Thank you for joining us today again. Thank you. So today, so as not to waste much of our time, so that we can have time to ask our questions. Oh, Benis, thank you very much. You are here again. I'm excited to see you. Yes, so today we're going to be moving straight to our discussion for today because our speaker is here, is ready for us to dish out those informations that we need. So yes, today we'll be talking about the tips for building a successful career in the data field. And I know that those of us that were here last month, we remember vividly that we had two people that won our Data First ticket for the Data First event coming up in October. So I did not say anything, no. Zip, my mouth is zipped. So that is just giving you a bit or a hint about what is going to happen today. So today we're actually here to discuss on the strategies needed to navigate your tech career, not just your tech career, but your data field. Those of us that are in data field, either you are the early starters, that is, you are just an enthusiast, you're just thinking, oh, I really have passion for this, I really have interest in this. And for those that are even midway, it's you are at your mid-level in this data field. And for those that are at that point of, okay, so I've been working over and over. I've been into this space for quite a time, but I'm actually confused. I don't know what to do. Well, good news, this section is for you. So whether you're starting to look out or looking to advance your data field, sit tight, don't go anywhere. We've got valuable insights to share. And just like I said, we have free tickets for people that will be attending the Data First Africa happening in Lagos from 17th to 19th of October 2024. So yes, I'll just give a brief about Tech Mentor Africa so that we can move straight into our question and answer with our speaker. So Tech Mentor Africa is an initiative that seeks to provide a robust avenue for tech talent development in Africa. We plan to achieve this through quality training, mentorship, and favorable policy advocacy. So our vision statement is that Tech Mentor is the largest and most impactful mentorship program for young tech enthusiasts in Africa to be technologically empowered, while our mission statement is to democratize tech opportunities for young African youths by providing comprehensive webinars, trainings, hackathons, and even policy discussions. We aim to empower the next generation of. What is our goal? Our goal is to empower African tech enthusiasts through holistic mentorship. So if you enjoyed that section, because that was the section, I want to see your emojis. I want to see your reactions. I'm not seeing if you don't react, I will just say, please, let's start going. David, please. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You are bribing me now. Just keep bribing me, please. Keep bribing me. So this is for each and every one of us. If you've not followed our social media platform, kindly do so to follow us on X, on LinkedIn, on Facebook for Tech Mentor Africa. And if you have any information, you can visit our website. You get more and more information on that. Yes, so it is time. Can I see reactions if you want me to continue? If you don't want me to continue, I'll just hold on. If you want me to continue, can I see your reactions that you are ready for me? Let me see your, oh, nice. Okay, so yes, no worries. I'm okay. So now, before I call upon David Abu, I would just like to read his brief profile. So please pay attention. David, a cloud advocate at Microsoft, is dedicated to assisting communities and developers in building business applications and analytics using Power Platform and Microsoft's data technologies. With a strong background in consulting and 5 years of experience as an innovative data analyst, David excels at leveraging analytical tools to achieve organizational data goals and objectives. He has worked with various industries, including banking, fintech, insurance, and training, both within and outside Nigeria. David Abu possesses technical expertise in a range of Microsoft tools and technologies, including Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Power BI, Microsoft Power Apps, Microsoft Power Automate, SQL, and GitHub. Additionally, he is actively expanding his knowledge in the Azure data stack, further enhancing his technical prowess. In addition to his technical skills, David has honed his non-technical abilities such as technical writing, community building, leadership, reporting, public speaking, project management, content development, research, and strategy. Please, if you want me to continue, just start. I just need to start seeing your reaction because, oh my God, today is loaded. So demonstrating his commitment to fostering a thriving data community, David co-founded the Data Community Africa in 2022. This initiative brought together professionals within the data space across Africa, and the inaugural event held in Lagos attracted over 2,000 physical attendees over the span of 2 days. David's exceptional contributions in the field of data platform earned him the distinction of being the youngest MVP. MVP means most valuable professional for the data platform in Africa in 2021. Can you give it up for David Habu? I can't see our reaction. I can't see our reaction. Are you sure you're really excited to have David on call? Huh. Okay. I'm still not getting more. I need more coming. More coming. Okay. So, David, thank you for being here. And I would like to hand over this. I would like us to now begin our section, question and answer with David. So pay attention. If you don't have your writing materials, please get it, because now you need to get your writing materials and pen down lots of information, because this is for free now, but later you might have to pay huge amount of money. So make A while the sun shines. So David, thank you for being here. It's good to have you here once again. Can you just please introduce yourself? Yes, I've done all of the introduction, but let them hear your voice and know that I'm actually speaking about David.
Hi, good. So this is just 12 p.m. my time.
12 p.m. my
time. I can hear my voice echo, so maybe Ayomide can mute. Hi everyone, this is David Abu. Nice to be among you guys. Thank you to Tech Mentor Africa for inviting me. So is there any other thing I need to say?
Okay, so for now, we're just going to drive into our questions for you, David. So, yes, thank you for introducing yourself. And I would just like to know first, can you just share your journey into the data field with us? What sparked your interest in data science, data analytics?
So what sparked my interest for us? I love numbers. I love numbers a lot. And when I was working as a brand strategy in 2018, early 2018, so we always create invoice for all our clients, and my boss would tell me to create invoice for my client. So that was when I started understanding equals to, you pick a cell and another cell, it gives you the addition. I was like, what is this? So from there, I started understanding Excel, trying to understand more and more about Excel. So, and that was it. I started knowing that, okay, I want to do something around Excel. So what is that thing? So I didn't know that it was like data analysis then, because everybody uses Excel. No matter the career that you're doing, you likely use Excel. So I think I was on Twitter and I read a profile of a boss then, David Brown, and that was I got to know, oh, Excel, and then I understand data analytics and stuff. And then, unlike now that we have so many careers, that there are many, but now, I mean, unlike now that we have so many websites that you can learn a lot from, then it was just Coursera and then E something. Is he? I've forgotten his name, but Coursera, one of them is Coursera. So you go on Coursera, you have to learn Excel and stuff, and that was how EDX, yeah, EDX. So you go to EDX and Coursera. That is only two places that we are learning there. So that's how I learned, and from there, I got opportunity to a boot camp that the best two gets a job, and that was how I became one of the best two, and that was how I started my career in data.
Amazing, amazing. I hope my people, you are taking notes. It didn't just fall from the heaven or from heaven and just started data analysis. He read someone's profile, and this is because he has interest in this.
Is it me or we lost?
I think it's from our end. Let's see.
Okay.
Like, oh, I don't know what to do. There are different ways you can get to know.
I think our internet is bad.
Okay, apologies for that. My internet decided to show me shaggy at this point. Anyways, okay, so thank you, David, for that. So yes, I get what you said. You've given us some of the tools you use, which is Coursera and edX, which is very cool. But I know that at this point, this day, we have so many resources and that you can use to learn. But I would like to highlight that there are other resources that people can use to do this, and would be asking for your advice on that later in this call. But the next question is, what were some of the key milestones in your career that actually led you to where you are today? I know you mentioned participating in a boot camp and you got selected to, based on the two best people to get a job. But what were some of the key milestones in your career that led to where you are today?
One of them is certifications. You get certified. That is number one. Number two is also building online presence. That those are what I did. It's not like now that everybody is kind of faking it, but then I was just more interested in telling people about the things that I learn and I do. Um, and that is something. So most of the time, I just tweet, "Oh, we are doing this, we're doing this." So there was a time that we started learning, doing some community stuff. Every third Saturday, we tell people to come to Lagos Business School to learn Power BI for 3 hours, 9 to 12. That was 2019, and I would just tweet, put it on Twitter, put it on LinkedIn. I'll just tweet, "Hey, if you want to learn Power BI, oh, come and learn, come and learn." Um, and that was it. People just come around, learn Power BI, stuff like that. So I was teaching then too. I was even teaching Power BI then too. So we take it a step at a time, but we just talk about it. So, and when people begin to believe that, oh, this person knows what he's saying and stuff like that, then because you've done a lot of community stuff, you have a lot of technical stuff, then I applied for MVP and I got the MVP. And MVP is just given to just a little bit lesser than 3,000 people have that MVP across the world. It shows your technical capacity and also your community building capacity. So those are the two things that makes you become an MVP. and Microsoft gives it to you, somebody have to recommend that they give it to you. So, and that was one big milestone again. Another big milestone was also helping people online, same way. So there was a time that people would post visuals online. I have to help them edit it, tell them, okay, do this, do it this way, do it this way, do it better this way, do it better this way. And they improve on it, something like that. So those are milestones. They are little, little, they are big, big, some are big, some are little. But those are real milestones for me. And then the next thing was that, and also is that getting into Microsoft was also a big milestone, because it just gives you a little bit of credibility when you're able to work at the biggest location of your career. If you get a Microsoft job, a Google job, an Amazon job, you're actually at the top, really. Yeah, you can move from there, go to anywhere, but you've gotten to, like, when people say, oh, I want to get to the pinnacle, it depends. You might say the pinnacle might be by role or by company, but sincerely, nobody that does not want to taste working at some of these companies, sincerely. It's just like you saying that you don't want to, if you love cars, you don't want one day maybe you want to work in Tesla. Is a lie. You will always want to work in Tesla, or you like BMW. So those are all those kind of things like that. So little of those, either big or small, they kind of authenticate the things that I have been doing. And again, founding Data First Africa was a huge thing, a very big thing. Some people are still finding out about Data First Africa this year, while some of us have been planning it for the past 3 years. So it shows at the end of the day that the work to be done is not really small, and it's a big thing. So yeah, so those are the little small things that I did to get to this point.
Amazing, really, really, really amazing. I was able to take some notes, certifications, building online presence. Wow. This is not just specific to those in the data field. This is specific to even those in the development space, in the banking space, even in the entertainment space. Wherever you are, you need to build your online presence. You need to be certified. Yes, you have the skills, but where is the evidence? So thank you very much for that, David. And we'll move on. So what are some of the critical skills needed to actually succeed now in the data field? I know you highlighted resources earlier, but for those that are on this call, they would like to know some of the critical skills they need to, to have to succeed in this data field.
So the real truth is this: all of you know the critical skills. There's the real truth. Those questions are kind of repetitive. So all of you know the critical skills. It's easy. If you Google online, what are the skills to learn? Even ask ChatGPT, it will tell you. You know that it is Python. You know that it is Power BI. You know that it is Microsoft Excel. It's as simple as that. But the one that a lot of you or a lot of young people does not know is just one: willingness to learn. Willingness to learn is the most critical skill. It's too critical. All of you know the hard skills, but you need to understand that the hard skills is actually the soft skills. The soft skills is actually the hard skills. Let me explain. If Ayomide today does not know Microsoft Excel, I can still employ her and she will learn Microsoft Excel and she will continue doing her work. If Ayomide today does not know Python, I can employ her, she will learn Python, she will continue to work. If she does not know Databricks, I can teach her, she will continue to work. It's as simple as that. Those are hard skills, where we call hard skills. But really, anybody can teach anybody anything and you will learn. As far as your brain is not dead, you will learn it. But the most critical skill set is your willingness to learn. It is not Python. It is not this thing. It is not SQL. It is not Excel. It is not Power BI. It's not Tableau. All those ones, you will learn it. But your willingness to learn is the most biggest factor between where you are and where you will be. Because most of young people, even us, most of everybody, or let me say all of us, we try as much as possible to shy away from the things that will get us from point A to point B. We shy away from it. Let me give you for example. Those times that our parent tells us that when we're young, our parents tell us that leave boys alone, leave girls alone. We just to hear what? We'll go and look for a phone, or we'll go and take our mother's phone. I will say, this is Ayomide. I just want to tell you I miss you. You delete the message, you delete everything, but you just have, all of us just have that strong dead. But you know one thing, we always believe that we are good at our academics in primary school, secondary school, university. So we think, or we feel that even though we fall in love, we can still be good academically, which is fine. But you should also look at it in numbers that most of the people who kind of have those first class, those best grade, you will notice something, that one part of their lifestyle is kind of more dominant, which is the academic side, than every other part. Why? Because they try as much as possible to sacrifice one part for the other part. Most of the time, we don't know how to sacrifice. So we believe that we should do everything and we'll make it. That is fine. Like if you tell somebody that there was a time on Twitter, I said, see, get it with the best grade possible in the university. Somebody now asks, we have not graduated with 2-2, don't we have hope? That is not what I said. I said get it with the best possible grade, which means that the best possible grade for you might be 2-2. But we all know that you just don't end up getting 2-2. All of us started with 0.000 in the university. All of us started from that. But one thing led to the other. Some people graduated with the best, some of us graduated with the worst. So most of the time, when we see the result at the end of the day, we'll look back, see, all of us were here, 30 of us were here. Let me just do a poll now. All of you are going to put it in the chat. When you look back at your university, put it in the Google chat. When you look back at your university, for those who went to university, for those who go to the polytechnic, tell me that. The question is that, do you believe that you had every opportunity to get a better grade than you do now that you've graduated? Type yes or no. Yes or no. Do you believe you had a better opportunity to have a better grade than you do now? I graduated with a 2-1, with a 4.1. But do I believe that I had an opportunity to graduate with a better grade than I did now? So you can see it now. The numbers don't lie. Everybody knew. We knew that we had a better chance of graduating. Everybody is saying yes. Why is it that? It's because now you can look back at those times. You can say, this time that I went to club, why did I go to club? This time that you are drinking, does it make sense? Or this time that you put so many of your efforts in religious activities, does it make sense? Or this time that instead of you to be in school, you are traveling up and down, does it make sense? At the end of it all, when you look at it, it's because, and again, notice, it's because we are alive. That is why we can go back and think and say, I should have done it this way, I should have done it this way. Now, going back to your question, Ayomide, out of 33 people here, the ability of people who can sit down and learn will differentiate these 33 people in the next 3-4 years. Will differentiate us in the next 3-4 years. Now, are there sometimes that life challenges happens to us? Yes, of course. Some people, parents died when they were in school. Some things happened, and that is fine. But we're putting in on all things being equal. Sometimes we know that there are some things that we should have done better. So for me, the most critical skill set that you need to have is your ability and willingness to learn. If you have that, Every other things is easy for you to learn them. Every other thing is easy for you to learn them. Over to you, Ayomide. Is
Wow.
Ayomide here?
Today's section, yes, I'm here. Today's section is actually meant for each and every one of us. I tell you, that is it. David has actually said it, and I believe we are not just nodding our heads or saying yes, David is saying the truth, but are we really reflecting on this? It's something I want each and every one of us to go back and reflect on. Do you have that willingness to learn? Are you available to show up when you are necessary, when you are needed, or you just feel like, no, I just believe one day you go better, just like we say in Nigeria, you go better. But are you working towards that? Thank you very much, David. You've actually been doing wonderfully well, I must say. And so this would take me to the next question. I would not like to repeat myself over and over, because I know some of these questions are things you've addressed while you were talking. But before that, I would just like to inform the participants, please, today let's ensure we take attendance. My colleague would also be sharing the attendance with us in the chat room, and is also sharing some of our social media handles for you to follow us. So now back to the question, David. I know that, yes, lots of people know that they are meant to take Python, they are meant to take Excel, they are meant to take this course, they are meant to build their skills in this way. But truthfully, David, I would like to tell you that there are still some that don't know what critical skills they need to have. Yes, apart from the willingness to learn, from the ability to show up when needed, and even when it is not comfortable, some don't know those skills they need to have. I know that, yes, it is online. Google is our friend. We should always use that. But they don't know what those specific courses are, or how to go about it. This is the truth. And I'm speaking for these young people that just feel like, I just want to do data analysis, but I don't know how to go about it. I don't know if there are some specific courses or programs that you can recommend for them, those that are just starting and in this space, or those that don't know, for
Okay.
them, please. Yeah.
So first things first is Excel. Um, Excel, you do data analytics with Excel. The second thing is SQL. Then you have your Python. Now, depending on where you're coming from, some people can learn Python first. Some people already start coding, so you can move in from Python. Then you have people, you have to have a visualization skill set, a Tableau or Power BI. Now, um, because we have so many of those courses online, it will always be good for you to first start from. Okay, so who have Microsoft Power BI? We know that it's Microsoft. So now I'm going to go to Microsoft's website. So there's something they call the Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn. If you Google Microsoft Learn, you can have your private account there. Now you can learn everything on Power BI. So it's just like we Christians and Muslims. If you want to know about God, where do you go to? You go to the Bible or the Quran. So Microsoft created Power BI. So you go to his own Bible to go and learn it. So it's as simple as that. That is one. Secondly, also you go to the different online courses that we have. Now, for me, I started learning in part. I started learning when it was only Coursera and EDX. But I know that young people now, you have Data Camp that you can use to learn. Uh, you have Data Camp that you can use to learn. You have so many online courses that you have. The young people, really, I don't know, but I know that you have. Apart from Data Camp, there are other online platform that you guys use to learn. Udemy, yeah, there's Udemy. You can use Udemy. There's Coursera. You can use Coursera. So you use all those ones to learn. Then, if you now want to do projects, there's a website called Forage, Forage, Forage. You use Forage to do your online internship, kind of. So you have different companies that have put their kind of a workload when it comes to data analysis workload, that you can use that and work on that. So Forage, Forage. So those are you have Udemy, you have YouTube. YouTube is very, very big. You have Alex, the analyst, that has a full course on SQL, Python, and all of that stuff like that. So look at that. So those are the major things. So the major thing is this: you just understand that you need Excel. So you pick Excel and say, okay, I need to understand Excel for data analysis. You do that. You do 2 projects on that. Then you go to SQL. I need to understand SQL for data analysis. You do 2 projects on that. Then the 3rd month, I need to understand, or let's say if it takes you like 3 months to learn SQL, that's fine. Then again, you go to Power BI. Then you do another like 2-3 projects on that. Now, you don't repeat the project people have done online. You can for the starting point, but at the end of the day, you can take one big project that is personal to you, that you saw online somewhere, you saw something and stuff like that, and you pick it up. From there, you put it that way. So that way, you improve on the thing. So you learn, you do projects, you learn, you do projects, you learn, you do projects, you learn, you do projects. That is the way I hope people learn right now, because that way it sticks better, because you do project, and that way, even though you're applying for jobs, you can show the project that you have done while doing that. So that is just the major way. Now, I know that this might be another question that will come in later on, but I need to answer it now. When you graduate, so let me ask somebody now. What did you guys graduate with? Type it in the chat. I want to see something. I want to use that to explain something in data for people who are interested in data analysis. What course did you study, or what do you do presently that is outside of data? Outside of data, but what do you do presently? Just type it in the chat. I want you to explain something. So what course did you study, and what something that you did? Okay, good. Now, so we have physics, civil engineering, physics. Okay, electronic engineering, physics. Oh, okay. Physics, medical, accounting, human anatomy. Okay, microbiology. Good. Now there's something called health data analytics too. There's something called there's something called health data analysis that you can, even when you learn all these tools, you can go into the health sector and start analyzing data within the health sector. If you're a medical person too, you can do the same thing. Agric, you can do the same thing. Don't think that, or more, this data analysis, I want to go into tech full time, and you will leave everything that you have done before, then you go straight to, you want to go. No, it doesn't work that way. Your previous knowledge will help you in data analysis. Let me give you for example. So let me say somebody like Akin Titilayo. Now, Titilayo is a medical doctor. Now, let's assume Titilayo has done a whole lot of work around medicine, surgery. She started working. After 2-3 years, she said, oh, you know what, I want to go into tech. I don't want to start cutting, I don't want to cut people's body anymore. So you know what? She will now say, okay, I love data analysis. But one thing is this: she can combine data analysis and health data, put it together, and she builds a career in them. That is one beautiful thing. So when she's even within the medical field, she'll use data. That way, you can see a very big plus within her skill set. Because you know why? David Abu will never beat her, because if she's talking medicine and data, I can never beat her. So now for somebody who say that she is studying political science, if you're talking politics and data, nobody can beat you, because you have domain knowledge and you have technical skill set. You need to understand. Have you seen when they're presenting some analysis on TV? You know what they are saying. You know that they are saying this thing is high. Okay, like now you can hear they'll say, oh, inflation is high. But if I ask you, oh yeah, what is inflation? You don't understand it. But you shall know that Nigeria is bad. Inflation can't loss. Okay, inflation just going up. Inflation is going up. Petrol is going up. But you cannot understand economics. But imagine Israel Ayomide that is here now is an economist. He's also a data person. He can combine both and explain those questions around data and economics, because you know why? He understands the domain knowledge itself, which is called economics, and he understands data, and he can combine them together. Another one is even as close to research. You have research. You have even those who write. Those who write. Even law and data is there. Law and data. Imagine you want to do an analysis of, there is a big issue in the world when it comes to how women are being reduced. Women needs to get approval. I'm just reading on Twitter now that it was in 2009 that they canceled the rule that says that women needs to collect approval, a written approval from their husbands before they have a change of name. Like a written approval signed from their before the change. So it means that even the change of name that you have, your wedding certificate, the newspaper that you printed, that you paid money, is not enough. Like another issue is that women, they cannot travel with their child outside of the country. You have to collect approval from the husband. Do you see all those things that does not make sense? But imagine somebody who read history and who loves data wants to be able to see when different countries abolish different rules that affect women globally. Imagine, see, I've given you a research topic. It's as simple as it is now, I've given you a research project. And I'm not sure if anybody will have done it. Some people have done it in different ways, but imagine you trying to bring them together from different countries. It's a lot of work. You will use kind of a month to do that. But imagine you're able to do that. Imagine you are able to talk about it. People will understand that this person understands history, this person understands law, this person understands data, because you are going to read a lot. But that's what I say. It still goes back to my critical skill set, which is what? The ability to learn, the ability to do. That is what we have. I saw somebody mention that, that there is also biology, data analysis, bioinformatics. Exactly. So you need to understand that even though you want to learn these things, Excel, Power BI, how you apply them will be different from each other. Somebody who is an MBA graduate or who did business administration or who did operation will not apply data with somebody who did health. So you need to understand that, I need to apply it in different ways. And that makes you unique, because people will know that, this person understands what we are saying. So this person is very, very, very unique to this thing. So imagine that there is a project that has to do with biology, and they are looking for somebody who wants to analyze it. It's easy for them to say, I know somebody who talks online about biology and data. Let us bring him in. Because the person is too separate. He's not doing everybody's project. He's not going about doing everybody's project. He's not doing monthly project with everybody. No, he does his own project that is peculiar to him or her, and he or she is making sure that nobody beats him in that place. Even language. Imagine you read Yoruba language. Imagine you can teach people Power BI in Yoruba language. It's senseless. But you know what? People who don't understand data, but who wants to be able to interpret data, should be able to interpret it in any language. So imagine you can combine that. Imagine you now love AI. Imagine you can combine ChatGPT into Yoruba, so that when somebody is chatting, you can type in English, but the things replies it in Yoruba, something like that. The major thing is that you need to think out of what everybody's thinking. You need to go out of it. So I hope I've been able to answer those questions.
Yes, you have done amazingly well. In fact, you've covered a lot of questions. And this is not just for the people in the data field. This is even to people in the development space, just for someone like me in the development. It is so sharp. Boluwaga, thank you. It is so sharp. So thank you very much, David. I also want people to be able to, take note of all these things David is saying. You might go back and say, David, can you repeat? And it's saying something that is different from what he said now. That's because he's speaking out of his wealth of experience. So I would like you to keep taking notes. In fact, this is really amazing. So in a nutshell, David has told us that you need to create your niche. You don't have to do the same thing as everybody is doing. Just create your niche. Thank you very much, David. So before we move to the next question, I would just like to inform everyone on this call that if you have questions, kindly drop them in the chat room, as we'll be going to our question and answer very, very shortly. So, David, finally, you've actually covered a lot of things. You've enlightened not just me, you've enlightened the participants, which I'm very sure of. And you've even given us some resources to use, the Microsoft Learn, the Forage, the Udemy. Forage is really critical because I know this is one key thing that people are having issues about. Yes, they are having issues about because they say, yes, I've done all the training, I've taken courses online. But I tell you, internships, so many people find it difficult. And another thing is still that same willingness to learn, just like you said. Because as I am, where I'm working currently, I actually walked into the organization and told them, enough of all my courses. Coursera is actually my best friend to David. I learned a lot of things from Coursera that is different from what I learned in school. I walked into this organization and told them, I want to intern with you. They were like, what are you bringing on the table? I told them, I have this skill and this skill. And today, I'm no longer an intern because I was retained as a staff. So, David, thank you for that. Create your niche and take decisions, take steps when necessary. Thank you very much. So, David, yes, this is like the second to the last question so that we can move quickly to question and answer. Can you just share like a success story from your career? You've shared a lot. The first five, when I asked about the milestones, you've shared a lot. But is there a particular one? I know you told us about certifications, you told us about becoming an MVP, you told us about getting into Microsoft, and you told us about founding Data First Africa. Amazing. But can you share a particular success story from your career that you are proud of, and that maybe you had some challenges about? Because so many people, so many times online, we only see the successes of people. We don't see the challenges they face. So if some of us are facing that challenge, we feel like, are you sure I'm on the right path? So can you just share something with us so that we can learn from? Thank you.
Okay, so let me start with a joke. So on my WhatsApp status, I wrote that I'm trying to edit my CV and I want to put my greatest achievement, my wife, there. So so that is my greatest achievement, me getting married. So that is on the joking side. So okay, now um so achievement is different for different people. Is different for different people. The only thing there is that you just define your achievements in several ways. So let me tell you, before I tell you my achievement, let me tell you the things I've passed through. Um, David Abu stayed in Yanopaja. I grew up in Yanopaja, Agege Yanopaja. I went to Alimosho Senior Grammar School. For those who are in Lagos, if you are in Yanopaja, you should know those places. So I stayed around those locations. So that is David Abu. I sold yam. I carried yam in my head. I used to sell. I used to go to Ayobo to give people yam. There was a time that I had to trek from Ayobo to Agege because rain was falling. So there was no bus. And then Ayobo then was a very bad, they've not done the road at all. So those are David Abu, and I still David Abu. So David Abu is still the person who sold properties and could not make sale for the first 4 months. And the type of property you do is that until you make sale, that's where they'll give you commission. So the biggest sale that I made was 600,000, was 60,000. So in 6 months, the only salary I earned was 60,000. So I knew that career is not for me. So I had to look at myself. I said, okay, David, where are you? Where are you going to? David Abu is also the person that has also tried to think of, is like, where I can commit to suicide, Kamalole. So that's David Abu. But in all of this, if there is one big thing that has helped me, that I would say is my biggest success story, is just not giving up. It's just not giving up. So my biggest success might be getting a job at Microsoft. It was a very big deal. Very, very big deal. Very, very big deal. Because it did a lot for me. Now I'm in Canada, so it did a lot for me. So it's a very, very big deal. But telling you about that is something that you already know if you check my LinkedIn profile. But those things I said 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, you will never read it online. You will never see it online. So that is the one I want you to know. That is the video I want you to know. It's better you know that one than you know the one on LinkedIn. Because when I tell you that go and read, I tell you that you're not doing enough, you will not think that David Abu is talking from a place of privilege. Chebi is in Canada. The light is not beating him. But you will not remember that even me too, I have been in the worst and the worst situation. And that is it. The first time that I went, some of you, or it's not all of you, that some of you have not flew airplane before. But the first time me too I did that was when I started working in 2019. But some of you have been doing it since like 84, 85. When daddy will say, oh yeah, let's go, let's travel and go and meet grandma, you fly. So all of us have that story. All of us have that story. So I just want you to understand that all of us are just in the same thing, the same way. Some of us just learned that nobody is coming to save us. So we took our head, we took our leg, and we said, we need to run because nobody is coming. My surname, have you seen my surname? My surname is Abu. Have you heard any rich man that is called Abu before? That you say he has one network. He has one, I have not heard of anybody. So I know nobody is coming to save me. So I have to save myself. I have to run. I have to tell God, if you don't bless me, it's you that fucked up, because it's you that they will laugh, it's not me. So I needed to take my life serious. Forget everything on Twitter. You can log out on Twitter for 6 months, 1 year, and you will come back. And Twitter will still be Twitter. You can log out on LinkedIn for 1 year and put yourself into work, and LinkedIn will still be LinkedIn. But one thing is so certain is that as far as you don't do drugs, as far as you don't do yahoo, as far as you don't play bets looking for quick wins, as far as you put in the work, you will get it. As far as you put in the work, you will get it. I am so certain of that. I have somebody, a young boy who did not go to university. He's an orphan. Funny how, if you check my Twitter, you will know him. If you are in the terror space, you will know him. Very young boy, 22 years old. He said he is the third born. He did not grow up well. So he's just living in and out of people. Then he started learning data. He started learning from somebody, doing this, doing that, talking online. Then he got his first job. He was working for somebody before now, getting paid little, 50,000 a year. So, and he said that, and he became my mentee. Then we started talking a lot. Then one time he got a job paying 200,000. Within 3 months, that company increased his salary to 600,000. 600,000. I'm telling you. And he called me, he said, David, my life has changed. I said, don't worry. Yes, it has changed. And everything happened within 2 years. 2 years. Everything happened within 2 years. Everybody knows Tina. If you know Tina, you're in data space, you know Tina Okonkwo. If you don't know her, search her on LinkedIn or Twitter. So you see Tina. So Tina learned, and within 4 months, she got a job. But she did a passion project job that was so big that everybody loved it on Twitter. Like everybody. It was that tweet was raining too many links. Everybody was happy with that project. And she got an offer. Then she began to teach people Power BI. Now she's making a lot of money. So what am I just trying to say here is this, that sincerely, you can read all my success story online. You see it. But that is not what you really want to learn. Because you see it online. You see my success story online. I have been at the top, yeah. But at the end of the day, you still see it online. Do you know how funny it is? Is that I came to Canada and somebody called me and said, I did some interviews. And the interview, at the end of it, they gave me an offer. An offer was 10 million naira per month. 10 million per month for me to just come to Nigeria and be working. Some of us, if they see that money, I'm going back to Nigeria. What am I doing in Canada? By the end of the day, I rejected the offer because I knew where I was going to. I knew where I was coming from. I knew where I'm going to. Millions is not my problem. I've worked at Microsoft, so millions is not really my problem. So what am I just trying to say is this: see, you will make money. Making money will not be the problem. The problem is just you starting. Starting is where the problem is. Concentrating, going to events, networking with people. That is where the real problem is. The things that people will not see, that is where the problem is. You know, the things that people will see, those new jobs, those cars, those people will see that. But you see the things that people will not see. That is where the problem is. So that is it. So let me end it here by saying that if you see a mountain, and you want to snap a very good picture of, let's say, the sky, or let's say the other side, and they told you that the other side has one of the best view that you need to see, and you'll be able to snap. And they said that the only way you have to do it is to climb the mountain to the other side. To climb the mountain to the other side. The problem is now that the only reason that you get to the other side is if you climb. Now look at your life, all of us look at our lives and say, you know what? Whatever is in front of me is that mountain. I need to climb it for me to see the other side. And you will not see the other side except you climb. If you want to stay in the ground, on the ground of where you are currently, that is fine. Life will still move on. But what will make you better than every other person is if you climb. So my question as I end this session is that will you climb your mountain? Will you climb your own mountain? If you can climb it, everybody will see each other on the other side. Thank you, Ayomide.
Thank you, David. Please let's just drop our reactions. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. Will you climb your mountain? Ayomide, will you climb your mountain? Yes, I will. I'm not giving up anytime soon. David has encouraged us, and all of this is not just for us to just say, David, yes, but he has told us the challenges and he has told us about the successes. This is me telling you that don't give up. Keep doing what you do. At a point, you would get noticed and you will get all of the successes you want. Okay, so I can see Rukaya's, and this is just a time for question, and I'll just be taking 2 questions. So Rukaya, can we please have you? Because we'd like to release David. Yes, Rukaya, please go ahead. Can you unmute?
Yes. I postponed the session,
sir.
my next meeting by 15%, so I'm available.
Oh, 15%.
By 15 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. So yes, we can have more hands then. David has given us this on a platform of gold. So please, please just ensure you go straight to the point.
Good evening, Mr. David. Okay, good evening, Mr.
Rukaya,
David.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Thank you for the will I call it lecture? It was quite inspiring. By the way, I was not I've not been online since because there was no light, Nigeria and light problem now. So my question is I study communication, so I want to know how I can fit into tech. That's just the question I want to ask. Based on my own field, how can I fit into tech? So that's what I want to ask.
Okay. So you need to understand that since you're in the communication field, one of the biggest thing around tech is people trying to communicate the things that they learn to other people. Now you need to also know that you can be in tech without being in tech. So let me explain. Imagine you are working, so Rukayat, imagine you are working for Microsoft.
Okay.
As a communication officer. You're actually in the tech industry, but you're not in tech. Do you understand that now?
Yes.
So both of them still aligned. you don't need to learn art skill sets. Yes, you can learn art skill sets, data analysis, cyber security. You can learn all those ones. That is fine. But if you want to just be in tech normally as a communications person, you can obviously be in tech. Just the same way you are even in any company that you are right now. You can just apply for any tech company, especially you have so many people who deals with talking on. Now you are in communications, then you can learn social media strategy because you have to do so many social media things. So you do social media, digital marketing, because you're already in communication. So it's so easy for you to blend communication into digital marketing. And digital marketing can also help you get into tech.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, David. Dorcas, can you please kindly unmute and go ahead with your question?
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for the wonderful section. And thank you also, our moderator. My question is, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. My
Yes,
question
please.
is, what if in a situation whereby you study a course, right? But you don't want to go into data analysis in line with that course you study. Let's say, for instance, I study microbiology,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
I wouldn't want to pick an interest in data analysis in one of the areas of microbiology. You understand?
Okay.
So what would you advise I do? What area would you advise
What
I don't
what
know.
what did you
Just
graduate with?
sir?
What did you graduate with?
With the 2-1.
Good. So imagine you want to go and do a master's in US. How do you think you would do it if even though you are doing data analysis?
That's a good question.
So why am I asking this? Is simple. So now it's fine if you don't want to. It's fine if you don't. I studied sociology and anthropology, so I did not study a good course at
Okay.
all. So there's, I studied those courses that they will tell you that you can work anywhere. TB is here. I'm not sure working
Yes,
anywhere
exactly.
now.
Exactly.
So I'm working anywhere right now. Thank God that the anywhere I'm working end up at Microsoft. So, but the real thing that I'm just saying is that yes, you can go straight up into tech without your background in anything. That is fine. I'm just saying that for a lot of all of us, we are on the ground floor. So we are just like a pyramid. So look at it. Tech is like a pyramid. The ground, there's so many people. So many people. So as you go senior, you're going to see few people.
Yeah,
But
that's
that
true.
ground is so wide, so many people. So you see a lot of people shouting for internship, some people shouting for laptop, some people shouting for internet. Everybody is struggling at the down.
Yeah,
What will differentiate you and another person might be a very minute thing. Minute.
that's right.
So that is what we are saying. So I am not saying you need to add your domain to it, but right now you don't even have any domain. Like me, I have so many domain I've passed through.
Yeah.
So I can just pick any domain and move on. But you right now, you don't have any domain. So you just want to get into data. Yeah, you can be lucky and see a tech company and you just go straight into data and finance. Funny enough, you can go into straight up only data and sales. But sometimes you might not be that lucky. So you want to be able to understand your options. So even though you learn data, you need to be able to say, okay, you know what? Or you can even learn a full-fledged domain. You can go and understand transport sector in a full-fledged. You
Okay.
understand? You can understand the full sector on its own, and you learn that, and you say, "Oh, you are learning transportation sector." You can, funny enough, you can now understand airline like that. So there's so many things you can understand. But the whole thing I'm just saying is that find a way to be unique. If you find it, stick to it and get better at it. So your own might be a different way of uniqueness. It might be that you are one of the best UI UX in data analysis. It means that you understand how to create compelling visuals that nobody can create. Something like that. If you just
Okay.
find a way to be unique. Every other thing will be added on to you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. This is really helpful.
You're welcome.
Yes, you are welcome, Dorcas, and thank you for thanking me as the moderator. You're the only one that has thanked me ever since.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you, David, for giving such a comprehensive answer And I know that I can see Akin Doju Titilayo. I'm so sorry. Apologies for that. I'm just very Nayomi Okileye. My Yoruba here. It is well. So please, Titilayo, kindly unmute and go ahead with your question, please.
So, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. David, and thank you, Victor as well. So, after several, I've actually done a course on data analytics on Coursera and Allison. So, after doing those courses, I felt a little bit confused on what next. So, you were mentioning that there's a platform for project and all of that. I actually forgot to take the platform name down. And how do we go about it? So after doing those courses, I know you were mentioning a lot of this thing, but I've actually gone to Google them and I've seen okay, this is the next thing, but I actually really don't know how to like the practical steps on how to do them. Thank you very much.
Can somebody repeat that question? I didn't hear. Ayomide, did you hear it?
Okay, no, I only got the first part where she said she took a course on Coursera and she does not know where next to go to, what to do. But I missed the part where she was saying something. Titilayo, can you please drop that question in the chat room so that I can read from here?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I can see Iam's hand up. Titilayo, please drop the question in the chat room so that David can answer. Inyam, can you please go ahead?
Okay, good evening,
Okay.
Sir David and Mr. Yomide. Thank you for the opportunity. So my question is, I'm still an undergraduate studying electrical engineering and I'm confused. I have plans to move to US. I want to know what software skill I can add up to be marketable in the US. Thank you.
You don't need any software skills. Graduate with a first class. That will be
Hello?
fine. You don't need any software skills. Graduate with a first class. That will be fine.
Okay.
You just finish. Just graduate with a first class.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. As far as you
Thank
want to
you,
go to
Dave.
the US, just graduate with a first class. Except you cannot graduate with a first class again. Let us know
No,
so that we should
I'm
know how
just
to answer your
graduating.
question.
I'm around 2-1 now. And I don't think I can meet up
When
the
you
first
say
class.
2-1, what is your 2-1? Is it 3.5 to 3.921 or 4.0 to 4.4?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, 3.8.
3.8. Is there a way that you can get it to 4 points?
Yes.
If there's a way you can
Yeah,
get it
I
to
have
4 points,
one
that is good.
session left.
Just find a way to get it to 4 points. Find a way to get it to 4 points. When you get it to 4 points, do your GRE. Then from there, just apply for master's program. And US also does BSc straight to PhD, so you don't need masters. You can do that too. I don't have too much knowledge on that side. They have people online that does those knowledge, but I definitely know that if you finish with a very high 2-1, a very good GRE score, you should be able to get a PhD placement or a master's for full funding. And really just focus on full funding. And that is why we said first class. Because when you get first class, it's easy for you to get full funding. And when you get full funding, it's easy for you to get your visa. Simple. That is what I know, majorly. But since you are still in school, find a way to get it in a very good grade.
Yes, David, thank you very much. And Ian, just as David said, you might want to explore other speakers online. I know of a lot of them on LinkedIn and YouTube. I know of David Agbogba and some others. So you might need to explore those options. Thank you very much, David. I have a question in the chat room. From Amina Abdukarim. Said, as a civil engineering student, how can I integrate this? That is the question Amina asked. I don't know. How can you integrate exactly? So, Amina, can you please explain better what you want David to talk on. So David, for Titilayo, she has dropped the question in the chat room, and it says,
I've
are
answered.
there
I've
oh
answered it.
okay. Okay, yeah, I've seen it. You need to do research. So I believe each and every one of us, one thing we're actually very lazy at doing that is not fun to do, just as David said, those things we don't see are the most difficult, is to conduct research, is to gather more information. Most times we are only on Instagram to laugh and, while away time. But this is me telling you, giving you as my own takeaway, that you should please go online, surf for informations, not just the entertainment, but as well those that can help you in your career. Thank you very much. Okay, David, Amina Abdul Karim has responded. He said, integrating this into the data field. That's integrating data field with civil engineering. So I don't know if you have an answer for that.
It's just simple. I went to online and I'm pasting the link already. Don't worry.
Oh, yes. So
It's just
kindly,
research, sincerely. It's just research. If we do research, I'm sending, imagine, say I've sent like 3 links already. I'm sending the 4th link already now.
Okay.
It's just research. Just
exactly.
research. Nothing more.
Research.
Just research.
Yes. Okay, so we have 2 questions, 2 ends up, and I think because of your time, we just do with the 2. Ambrose Ochiba, can you just please unmute and make your question sharp?
All right, good evening, everybody. Yeah, please, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, ma?
Yes.
All right.
We can.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So I'm currently a student studying mathematics, and I pertaining the skills that we need to learn before we start up the career in Python. You mentioned in data analysis. Sorry, you mentioned some of those skills as Python, Excel, Power BI, and the rest of them. So at times my mind used to be like confused. Okay, which one should somebody like start first? Because at times you have all of them combined like that, you now be like, oh, which one would I start with now? So I don't know which one is the main one you encourage somebody to start with first, then you accelerate to the others. Thank you very much.
I'm typing this in the chat. The next question can come in.
David Akishola, kindly go ahead. David Akishola, can you please unmute?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, please.
My name is David. My question is, as a data scientist, what's the benefit of storytelling in making data decision? Because I believe that data science is more of prediction and more of decision. But I want to know more about the storytelling aspect.
So everybody needs to understand storytelling. It has nothing to do with data science, data analysis, and stuff. Everybody needs to understand how to tell a story. That is what differentiates everybody. Listen to the things I have said from the beginning. You will notice that most of it has been around storytelling. Every example that I gave you, the best leaders around the world knows how to tell a story. The best, either in politics, either in the economic, either anything, they find a way to tell a story. So it has nothing to do with a data analyst or a data scientist. No. Storytelling is a big skill set across the world. Do you know why people respect Obama? Apart from anything that he has done in politics, do you know why people respect Obama? It's because of the way he talks, and it's just story. That is Obama. Now you have somebody in US that used to act this movie. Who knows this man that used to act this movie? He's dark, he's very tall. People respect him. Whenever you hear his voice, you know that it's him. Who can remember his name? Whenever you hear his voice.
Is he Avi Speaker? I'm sorry, Avi, right? What's the name of this man?
No. His name.
Washington.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Thank you. Morgan Freeman. Thank you. Now, if you hear Morgan Freeman's voice, it's the power of storytelling that used to respect him. Funny how this person also in Nigeria has that same voice. This old man that is now very old now. So, but when he talks a lot of proverbs in the Nigerian movie industry, but he's very old now. but he just sits down. It's an Igbo man too. Igbo man. You would see him too. Why? No matter where you are, yeah, Peter Doche, thank you. No matter where you are, storytelling is what differentiates leaders from other people. It's the power of storytelling. How you can change civil engineering conversation into something that a layman will understand. How you can change economic situations into what a layman can understand. Those are what makes every other person better than. So it's not about data science. Storytelling is important for everybody.
Wow, thank you, David. I hope we are actually we are okay with all of these answers, because for me, I am very, very okay. Storytelling differentiates leaders from others. Thank you, David. And thank you for giving us someone we all admire, or I don't know about others, but someone I admire. That's Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, my role models. So, Sunday Ajagbe, I don't know if David will be able to answer, because this is 1 minute to 15 minutes David gave us, and I would not become Oliver Twist at this point. I have decided not to become Oliver Twist. Sunday Ajagbe, I don't know if your question is can be very short, because I would not want to take David's time. David, can he go ahead, or
Yeah,
we just
last question. Yeah.
Last question. Thank you very much. Sunday, please make it very brief. Sunday. Okay.
Okay, please, can you hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the question is this. So last year I started out in data analysis, and having worked for just few, I discovered that sometimes visualization is not really needed when it comes to some sort of data analysis. So I just want to ask, is it that it's not all the work that requires visualization? Sometimes it's more of probably the cleaning part and just sorting and all. So I just want to ask, is it necessary that we do visualization all the time?
Okay, makes sense. So it depends on the project. It depends on what you are working on. It depends on what you are looking for. Sometimes when you clean the data, that is the project, just cleaning. Sometimes you have to get insights from that data. So the question is that, what are you really looking for in that thing that you are doing? If it ends up without, you don't need visualization, then you don't need visualization, then you are done. If you end up, you need visualization, then you need visualization. So it's really not about there's no rule that says that when you clean up all your data, you need to do visualization. There's no rule that says that. But the question is that most of the time, we always have data sitting down everywhere. But it's still the same thing. You clean the data up and you close it. So for so many business, how do we have so many data across and we don't know what to do with in our next business for the year 2025? Is because somebody is cleaning the data and is closing it. Maybe that is what he thinks that the end is. But there are patterns in that data that maybe will help the management to decide on what will happen. Like this year now, there's so many things that has happened this year. So many things. Petrol has gone up, food prices has gone up, this has gone up, this has gone up. So many things has come down. So how do we go into 2025 making sure that we get the best of maybe our brand or our business? We need to find something to help. And those are things like that. So it depends on what you're looking for. But also, I used to tell people is that Sunday, obviously, I think you're working. If I employ you to do A to B, and that is the only thing you do, A to B, always remember that you cannot get promoted, because the only thing that you do is A to B, and that's why I'm paying you 100,000 to do. And that's what you are doing, which is fine by me. So you are meeting expectation. So anybody that meets expectation does not get promoted. But people who do A, B, C, D, E and can show that, say, oh, sir, you told me to do A, B, which I have done, but I have gone ahead to do C, D, E, which will increase productivity or reduce the cost of the company if we go this route or this route or this route. It means that I have employed you to do AB, but you have gone ahead to do CDE. That is the only way you can get promoted. That is the only way you can get better. So you need to ask yourself that, okay, am I doing what the company said I should do, which is fine, but am I doing more than what the company says? And sometimes you might even be doing more than what the company says you should do, and you're not even getting paid for it. That is fine. But you know what? It will get to a point in time that you look for another job, and the things that you have done in CDE will be what will take you to your next job, not the things you have done in AB. So you need to understand those different scenarios. So one, there is no rule that says that you have to do visualization after every cleaning, depending on the project you are working for. Depending on the project. So there's a double quote there, depending on the project you are working on. But if that you just want to be able to get insights and help businesses, you have to create insights. Even though it's even pivot table, you still have to create insights.
Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is explicitly explained. Thank you very much, David. Thank you for being here. And can we just show our love to David, at least before he logs out of the call? Thank you very much, David. I've learned a lot personally, even though I'm not in the data field. But even from my field, I've really learned a lot. I've learned to create my own niche, even in the space. I've learned not to give up. I've learned that my previous knowledge is a step for me to do the next thing I want to do. And I've learned that that CDE might not pay me now, but it will be, or it might be the one that will take me to the next job. Thank you very much. And David, before you go off, can you just give us an advice? You've given us so many advices, so many. Just in summary, for those that came in late, so that they at least they can get small out of all that we've been getting. Little. Thank you very much.
Okay, so there is really nothing much really to say than that we are all product of where we are being born to. We are just the product of it. I said I'm being born in Yanopadia. Some people are being born in more worse locations. So we're just a product of it. But the real thing is that who do we want to cry to apart from God? There's no really any other person. There's no other person. Nobody. So at the end of it all, you just have to ask yourself, do I keep complaining, or do I ask myself, what do I do next? If you can ask yourself, what do I do next, and you just focus on that, hopefully things will happen. But just even understand that your 20s is the time that you need to experiment. So if you're young and you're in 20s, experiment. Fail a lot. Attend events. Fail a lot. Event that does not concern you. Ayomide says that she's not in data. It does not concern me if you're in data or you're not in data. Go to data events. Because your next communication job might be in a data company. It has nothing to do with data. It has everything to do with understanding that I am solving a problem. The problem is the question. Where is that problem? Where am I going to solve it? It's as simple as that. Pay people to mentor you. Don't see, if you come to my DM and say I should mentor you, I will block you. It's simple. Because it's true. I don't have that time. Same way, I don't even look for mentorship. I know what I need to do. The real truth is we all know what we need to do. That is the real truth. I can't tell you that I have a mentor. I know people I can call and say, mentor me, but that's not, I know I'm not stupid. We're in the world of information. ChatGPT can be your mentor. We are not stupid. We all are not stupid. We know what we need to do. There was a time that Christmas time, I got 20,000 naira, and I was turning between using 20,000 naira for Christmas and New Year, and saying that I said, I'm not using 20. You know what I did? I went to Ikeja. I went to pay 19,000 for Python. That was 2018 December to 2019 January. So I went to pay for Python class in Ikeja. Then there was always those training centers in Ikeja then. So I went to pay 19,000. I carried 1,000 home. I said, okay, I've paid. Do you know that I did not go more than 2 weeks to that class because you know why? I got a job in the bank. But what it means is that I can put money down, even though it does not benefit me, or even though it will benefit me. I don't know what will happen, but I know that I need to learn. So I pay for it. I pay for it. It's good that you can learn free things online, yes. But if you have an opportunity to pay for it and you feel like you can gain, I have somebody who came to Data Fest who took flights from Port Harcourt or Kaduna, came to Data Fest last year, and she said that that's one of the biggest investments that she has made as a data engineer. She left Kaduna or Kano, I can't remember, but I knew that it's the north, came to Data Fest, paid for her flight by herself, paid for her hotel, came. She said the money she has made, the connection she has made is way over the money that she paid for flights. That is how you change lives. That is how you change your life. If you always sit down, somebody should come. Yes, somebody can come, sincerely. But sometimes luck comes because you did more work, not because you did not do more work. Somebody said something which I will close with. If you are going to the bus stop to meet up a bus and you pray to God that God, this bus that is going from Yanokpaja to Lekki, I need to meet it when I get to Yanokpaja. Now, let me ask you, everybody, do you run to Yanokpaja, to your bus stop, hoping that you get that bus, or do you just walk drastically? Do you just walk normally because you've prayed already? So do you just walk like a fine girl, handsome boy to the bus stop? What do you do? Do you run or you walk? You run. You run because you know that you need to get a bus. But do you know one thing? If you now walk, you say, what will be for me will be for me. So I don't need to run. If the bus left, you say, God did not want me to enter that bus. That is why the bus came and left. Do you see where the problem is? You did not do your own job. You did not, you know that the bus will get there 10 o'clock. 9:55, you are still in your house. You know that it will take you 7 minutes to get to the bus. And you have 5 minutes. Instead for you to run, you did not run. So one thing that I will say is this: whatever you plan to do in life, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with whatever you are learning, communication, data, biology. It has nothing to do with it. You need to take your life and say, I need to run. I don't care. I don't know who. I don't know when I'll meet people again. I don't know. Take your life and say, I need to see. You have September to December right now. September to December. September to December. You have it. This is your 4 months. Take this 4 months and say, by January 2025, I should be proud to say, I have this skill set. I have this skill set. Use it to say, okay, this is the end of the year project for me. September to December. This Ember month, I need to do something with myself leading towards January. Just do something. Just do something. It might even be to improve on your health. It might be to run better. It might be to be able to do something. Just do something to just improve. Be better by 1%. Just be better by 1% every day. And every other thing will work out fine. Just be better by 1%. Yes, luck comes because you did more work. Yes, not really less work. Just more work, sincerely. More work, more work. And again, please, you have 24 hours. You are young. Don't tell me that you want to sleep for 8 hours. I don't care what this Twitter doctor tells you. Sleep for 8 hours. Why would you be sleeping for 8 hours? What are you doing that you're sleeping for 8 hours? Who told you to sleep for 8 hours? Sleep. You're a young person. You should be able to sleep within 5 to 6 hours. Fine. Take the other place. Take the other things and work. Right now, you work. Right now, you just work. Test yourself. Fail. Test. Fail. Test. Fail. Test. Fail. It will get better one day. It will get better. And when you get better, you can relax and you get better at what you do. You get better at what you do. Don't let anybody's success tells you that you are failing. You are not failing. You are still young. You are not failing. Don't let your Yahoo friends make you feel as if you are failing. No, you are not failing. Even me, don't look at my profile and say, David is 31 years old. I'll be 31 on Monday or Tuesday on the 17th. I can't remember the day, but I'll be 31. But if somebody is 31 here, you say that, oh, David is better than. No. Sincerely, you might be the person that will give me my next gig. You might not know. So life is like that. Let's take it slow and steady, but let's understand that we are in the phase where we need to run well. You will win. I am so sure of that. It is only people that run that is better than people who sit at home. So go out. If your parents say, no, don't go out, stay in the house, I'll give you salary. No. I don't. Focus and work. Then you get better at it.
Amazing. David, someone just greeted you happy birthday in advance. I don't know when it is, but happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. I'll need to go off. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, David. Nice to have you here once again. Bye. Can we say bye to David? Bye. Thank you very much. Yes. So thank you. Bye. He has gone. So any other bye you want to say has to be for me. So please reserve it. Okay. So a big thank you to everyone on this call. So far we've started, and now this is the end of this webinar. But this is not the end of what Tech Mentor is bringing for you. So in case you want to relive all of these beautiful sections we have, you can visit our YouTube channel. And please, if you know you are still not following us on our social media platforms, you are missing. You are really missing. So this is me giving you an advice that money cannot buy. Thank you, Solomon. So this is me giving you an advice that money cannot buy. Go and follow us across all our social media platforms so that you can get every information from us. As well, my colleague also dropped a WhatsApp community link on the chat. Kindly join the community because there's going to be lots of networking. We'll be dropping opportunities, and even you'll be able to access the recording of this webinar on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to access it on our YouTube channel. Please kindly follow us across all our social media platforms as you'll be getting more information from us. If you enjoyed today's section, can I see your reactions? You enjoyed today's section. Can I see your reactions? I'm not seeing reactions yet. Oh, okay. Amazing. Thank you very much, everyone. I don't know if we have Obanikoro Anoluwapo online. If we have Obanikoro Anoluwapo online, he actually came in the second. Mohammed came in first, but Mohammed is always coming in first for every of our meetings. So Mohammed, a big thumbs up for you. Big thumbs up. So
okay.
We'll be giving one.
Ayo.
Yes, please.
Can you hear me? Sorry. Anu is having difficulties joining again. So she's currently not on the call.
Okay. So Anu is our winner. She's one of our winners for Data Fest Africa's ticket because she came in second after Mohammed. Mohammed was the winner for last month, and although he gave his ticket to someone in Lagos because he's not in Lagos. So today, the first winner we have is Anu Oluwapo Obanikoro for the data ticket. So Anu Oluwapo, AY, kindly reach out to Anu Oluwapo to reach out to Tech Mentor for our ticket. So finally, just like I said, follow us across all our social media platforms and join our WhatsApp community. Yes, so I would also like us to welcome with our reactions Israel Ayomide Feintola is the founder of Tech Mentor, just to address us before we go because our time is fast spent.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can we hear me?
Yes.
All right. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. I want to appreciate everyone for coming. And personally, for me, it's been a great session. I had to sit back also to learn, to get more idea. Of course, this is also my own field. I'm in the data field, so it's a pleasure learning from a colleague and should I say senior colleague this time around. So once again, I want to appreciate all of us for making this success, for making this successful again. And then I want to appreciate my team. I am Dola, who is the lead for the webinar, for putting this together. I want to also appreciate Ayomide Okileye, who has been working tirelessly for this, and also our moderator. Please let us put our hands together for the team and the moderator. Please, before I move forward, let us put our hands together. And then another person that has been working tirelessly at the background, you would have been seeing his messages, is our social media team lead, John Oluwafemi. He's been communicating with you. You've been seeing his links. So I want us to at first join our socials. We've also created a WhatsApp community so that we could interact with you real time, and then so facilitate some other programs. So as time goes on, we'll communicate our further programs with you, and then we are assuring you, I'm sure we all enjoyed today's program. Those that attended last month on also had very good, very impressive feedback for us. And then I assure you that our subsequent programs will also continue to be marvelous, great, impactful as this. One thing I want us to do now, I will also implore us to do, whatever you've learned today, please, you could post it on your socials, tag us to it, let us get your feedback, let you know how much you enjoy this program. You could post it on LinkedIn, post it on X, tag us to it, so we also know from you what you learned from us. And then once again, I want to appreciate you, and I also congratulate those that have won our tickets to the Data Fest Africa 2024. And I'm very sure, I'm very confident, just like David mentioned, in your professional life, it is very important to you network. In fact, for me, with my experience in the corporate world, the technical knowledge is, I wouldn't say it's not important, actually, but I would say it's not as important as your other knowledge. Fine, technical knowledge could get you a job, but your other knowledge actually gets you promoted, because at the top there, you don't necessarily need the technical knowledge to function. You need more of your network, your social skills, your communication skills. So it is important, as you strive to establish yourself in the data field, you get connection, you get network, you surround yourself with people that could help you, that could recommend you for gigs, for opportunities, then put you through when you have difficulties. You discuss new innovations in the field to use. And this is what a platform like Data First Africa is for. And also, this is the kind of platform we are creating at Tech Mentor Africa. So for those that will not win our ticket, if you can sponsor yourself there, it is not a promotion for Data First Africa really, but of course, when we see good things, we bring it to you. We'll bring it to you. If you are not winning our ticket, but you can sponsor yourself, I would advise you do so. And for all of our other programs, please try as much as possible to keep tab and let us have you there. Let us have you there. Tell your friends, tell people that are close to people you like to also attend, because you've gained from us, and definitely they've also gained from every other of our programs. So once again, I want to thank you and appreciate you for coming. I will see you some other time. So I yield to EY.
Okay, so my people, everywhere is dark. We're in Nigeria. Oh, I'm still in Nigeria. So in case you guys see me next month, you never can tell. Okay, thank you very much, AY. Thank you, AY. Thank you very much. And just like he said, David Abu is the co-founder for Data Community Africa that is hosting Data Fest. So in case you can sponsor yourself, kindly reach out to them, check their social media platforms to reach out to get your ticket. But don't forget, if you are still not following Tech Mentor, you are missing. No, you are on your own. I've given you all the money I have, silver and gold that I have. I've given them to you. So a big thank you to everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all next month. Just be checking your emails day by day, time by time, and you'll surely hear from us. So thank you very much. Thank you. I can't mention all the names. Thank you, Ayo. Thank you, Amina. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you, Titi. Thank you, Smile. Thank you, and the 19 others that are on my screen. And thank you for having me here to be your moderator. I do not take it for granted. And this is me saying I love you all. Take care of yourself. Eat healthy. Sleep when necessary and work when necessary. Thank you very. Okay, Titilayo, do you want to say something before we close? Oh, okay. She's clapping for me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This means a lot. So see you all. Don't forget to join our WhatsApp community and don't forget to follow us across our social media platforms. Thank you very much and we'll see next month. Bye.
Bye, everyone.